This morning that we talked about this yesterday about Corey Monteith, the star of Glee, found dead in his hotel room, and the toxicology reports are now in, and it was a mixture of heroin and alcohol. And I mean, it's just a sad story all the way around. And unfortunately, I think everyone knew how this was going to end up, how the toxicology reports were going to come back. You know, he battled addiction and had been in treatment many times, but yeah.
There's so many tragedies when we think of that fabulous Heath Ledger, you know, and what happened it happened in the same way.
You know, what's interesting about this, like, y'all, heroin is, I don't think of heroin, not that there's like recreational drug use, like, I mean, a lot of people, not a lot of people, I don't want to generalize, but like, you hear more often of like cocaine or pot or, you know, marijuana, whatever. But like, heroin's for, like, that's on another level of drugs. I mean, like, you're shooting yourself, it's just, it's hard for me to comprehend that, because it's like that's not that all drugs aren't serious, but.
Yeah, they are. All of them are.
No, yeah, but I'm saying I think like coke and pot you think of are easier to get your hands on, or more recreational, or it's not, it doesn't shock you sometimes. Maybe it's me living in Uptown and being a single person. Like, it doesn't shock me if I hear, oh, they're doing lines in the bathroom. It's like, oh, okay, mind your business. But like, if I heard someone's shooting heroin in the bathroom, I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? Like, that's just.
But don't you imagine there's a tolerance built up? In other words, if you do marijuana and then you're doing coke, and then that tolerance builds up, so it's always the next step up.
You're looking for a better high every time.
And everything, you know, leads to something else, because the society and the youth are so all about the high that it's always stimulation that's not natural.
Well, I think what's interesting.
Does that make any sense how I'm putting this? It's not like the high of a sunrise or a job well done.
It's the way it like makes their heart beat.
It's going to the porn shops and, you know, the next high. Well, pretty soon there is no more, so there's only down.
Yeah.
When you've reached all there is, there's only down.
We have somebody we work with here on the show has been through treatment and said that one of the things that she learned was they tell you you've got three options if you're a drug user or an alcoholic. Either you'll be institutionalized, go to jail, or you'll die. Those are your three options unless you just stop. Unless you get a hold of it. So I think any addiction at all is just.
And you look at Robert Downey, for instance. Robert Downey has battled addiction, Charlie Sheen, but you see, they rise back up and they're just accepted.
Turned his life around.
And
but I think what's interesting about this is, like, you know, Corey Monteith had just done a 30-day rehab stint back in, I guess in March. He admitted himself, and, you know, his girlfriend Leah Michelle has said, you know, he's, you know, recently, I guess in their most recent appearance, which was the middle of June, she said, he's doing amazing, I'm supporting him like I've never seen him better, he's healthy, he's happy, look how great he looks.
He's
you know,
faking it.
She's this big, but I think maybe he wasn't, perhaps maybe he was in a good place, and she was cheering him on and supporting him. But in this situation, Dr. Drew did an interview with CNN, and he said, typically people come out of rehab and their tolerance has been lowered. So like, it's kind of like if you run 5 miles a day and then you all of a sudden stop, then running 5 miles hurts your body really bad. So he was probably used to shooting up or doing a certain amount of drugs before, and his body didn't get affected by it, and now why all of a sudden if you relapse then it can just send you over the edge. But if he were doing great,
he would never have gone back to it. He wasn't. He was faking it, and 30 days
and I think
is not enough. That's probably all your insurance will pay.
I think what it shows us is that it's if you are dealing with someone who has a serious addiction, it is a day by day, moment by moment thing that person needs support for. So the fact that he's, you know, alone, he's by himself in a hotel room, and I don't know. I mean, I think that you need that support.
And you know what
constantly.
Else? We women frequently think we're somebody's savior, that we can save you from going down.
Oh, I have no desire to save a man.
Well, it goes hand in hand with, you know, we'll try to save, but then you try to change.
You know what I mean? Oh, if I'm just a little nicer. Oh, if I can just cook more better. If I can cook more better.
Yeah.
So we can't save
I feel
anybody.
really sorry for his girlfriend right now. I know
I do too.
She's been reported to be in Vancouver with his family preparing for the funeral, and that's just a sad,
so sad,
hard time.
Very
to think
sad.
That he was alone.
Too young and too talented to be gone. That's for sure.